See the way the rocks are showing?
Yeah.
Well, that's the sign that it's dispersed the water into the soil. And let me just grab some soil and pick it up and smell it with me. Grab it. Smell it now. You can almost smell the olive oil, you know?
And it's so red.
You can, that's crazy.
One of the most famous things in this area, Puglia, for cuisine is olives, and especially for the making of olive oil. Two of my students from GRCC, April and Megan, are getting the education of a lifetime here in southern Italy. A crucial component to their learning is understanding the importance of olive oil. Here in the Puglia region, olives are king. My lifelong friend, Chef Nicola Conti, is our guide while exploring this special fruit. Nicola, one of the most famous ingredients that you use in Puglia is the olive. For cooking and obviously for appetizers and of course for the olive oil.
As you can see, all the ground is covered mostly of olive groves amongst other fruits. They live long and long years. I understand we got around 43, 45 different qualities of olives that they make olive oil. They're suitable for olive oil.
And how old would you say this tree is approximately?
This tree is already, I would say, over 150 to 200 years old.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
It's amazing. They live far, far longer than a human.
This time of year, they're very, very small, like this here.
Once all the harvesting goes through, frantoio, which is the mill where they produce the olive oil, and then it gets shipped everywhere, and we use this like blood that goes in our veins, you know.
It's so peaceful out here.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, you just hear the crickets, the day crickets, you know.
They're waiting for their olive oil.
Yes, the olive oil and the olives.
Wow, look at this plant, Nicola.
Fichi d'India, which is Indian figs translated in English. However, in English they are prickly pears.
Wow.
You can see they've got these jaggy things.
Spikes. Do they use them in desserts or salads?
Yes, we do use this in salads, especially in salads, in desserts also. And you'll find this everywhere anyway. They go wild.
I wanted Megan and April to learn how an olive plucked off the tree becomes the olive oil we use in the kitchen. Here in Puglia at the Montaltino factory, Nicola helped us understand the modern process of making olive oil. So they come in these large crates? Straight off the trees?
With these big boxes, they're emptied in this tank here and they get cleaned up. So after they're all cleaned up, they come through and they go to purifying process, which if there are some impurities like little stones, soil, they will be all cleaned. So after these olives, they're all washed, they come through and they're dropped into this big mill.
They just get ground down into a paste?
They get ground down to a paste, yes.
Okay.
After the paste has been homogenized, it goes into the presses. The first pressing, which separates the pulp from the oil, is considered extra virgin, used mostly to finish dishes. The second pressing is a second quality used mainly for cooking. And the third is put back into the ground as fertilizer. From the presses, the oil is filtered and put into 2,000-ton silos. Finally, they're ready to be bottled. Girls, come and see this. This is a beautiful little model of the way it used to be. With all, you see, this is the little press and the little stone. Look at the wee wheels that would crush the thing, yeah. And it ends up in little bottles. That's so funny.
After it's been bottled, we can now sample. So what we do, we smell like we do a wine.
Wow.
So you can see all the aromas that are coming from the, yes. And then we actually taste a little bit in your mouth. And then, yes. This should be used at 35 degrees. It should be a bit warm, not cold. Cold, you get that, yes.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit spicy.
That's why you will taste exactly everything from the olive oil.
If it's warmer.
If it's
That's
warmer.
35 Celsius.
Celsius, yes,
Yeah.
35 degrees Celsius.
Not 3 degrees
Because
above
if
freezing.
it's cold, you will not taste.
And this label then contains all the information that protects it.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you can see here DOP, which means denomination, origin, and protected.
Okay.
So that means it's 100% Italian olive oil.
It's absolutely wonderful. So girls, now you can see why the olive oils are used as finishing sauces over dishes, because in their own right, they are an absolutely perfect sauce.
Right.
The Italians will live longer. That's what they're telling us. So
It's because olive oil is flowing through your veins.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Coming up on Cooking with Angus.
Nicola, we're here in this amazing school in Castellana, which is actually the school that you did your training in.
My first choice for college, GRCC. Why? Because what you learn in 2 years lets you transfer to a university at the top of your game. Because what you save in tuition is worth thousands of dollars. Because the hands-on learning and academic support are second to none. Because the honors program challenges you to do your best, while student life makes you feel connected to the world. All those reasons make GRCC my first choice and the best choice.
At CC, it's a very diverse campus. Meeting people who come from more diverse environments and communities.
GRCC best prepared me, I think, for the university. Like, it wasn't a big jump to where the university had harder classes.
In order to advance myself, I needed to have at least an associate's degree. And it doesn't kill your pocketbook. I'm sure we saved thousands.
I think it's a better experience. This is a lot more personal. I'm glad I came.
I love GRCC because I love Grand Rapids.
I chose GRCC because it's close to home. I can take my time to decide what I want to do with my life. I love this campus
because it's an affordable way to take basic classes.
I chose GRCC because it was the best place to get reacquainted with school.
Because I love being downtown.
Because it's military friendly.
So I can pursue my dream of being a dental hygienist.
Because it offers the same educational experience as universities.
My GRCC students, Megan and April, are joining me on a culinary journey through southern Italy. It's important for them to see how students in Italy learn about food. So we visited 3 culinary schools. Our first stop was in Castellana, the hometown of my friend Chef Nicola Conti. Nicola, we're here in this amazing school in Castellana, which is actually the school that you did your training in. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, whatever I can remember was a long time ago. We don't do just bar, direction, reception, front of the house, culinary courses. We do other subjects. People here, or students, young girls, young boys, they would approach this institute by an early age after they finish the high school. and then can exit to university as well. That's the way they instruct students to higher level. This is all made in sugar. It's all done by hand and with little details, which took us really a long time to finish the whole project.
So this is just the sugar paste, so it's pastillage?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, we were at the grotto the other day, and this is a sugar sculpture of the grotto, of the inside. This school has developed such a large demand that a huge, brand new building has been built. We ventured out and into the Italian countryside to see it for ourselves.
We've been waiting around about 50 years to get this new place, and now we're expanding, European-wide. Students, they have a chance to have more competition.
And they've started to develop the gardens around here too, which is really remarkable.
We have all those facilities. We have gardens where we can grow our own herbs, fruit, vegetables. Everything is here. Almonds, walnut. We're really fortunate to have that, and we are very happy about it.
The last stop on our tour of culinary education in southern Italy was Iccelsa. The school is very modern and sophisticated, filled with resources for the students. Their focus is innovation and the use of the latest technologies. Chef Marco was kind enough to teach Megan and April a unique appetizer featuring some of the best in Mediterranean ingredients. This plate had a combination of freshly toasted bread, leafy greens, cheese, cured ham, and vegetables. Nicola, we are now in another fabulous education facility. Can you tell us about it a little bit?
It's a private school where everything in high class really happens in here. So students and all chefs alike, they come here to do competitions, they come here to learn new techniques, they come here to do courses.
Chef made us this beautiful plate. Can you just explain it a little bit to me?
Okay, chef, because we are during the summer, he just prepared an appetizer, which is very light and contains some little bit of lettuce. It's called 1,000 leaves.
So it's layered.
It's layered.
Like 1,000 leaves.
1,000 leaves.
Chef says that he wants the girls to try making this. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you ready to put it together?
I think it's simple.
Ready? Yeah. All right, let's do it. The plate begins with fresh lettuce dressed with olive oil and a thin slice of toasted bread. Then cured ham is carefully placed on top. After some tomatoes, stracciatella is added and topped with eggplant. Finally, the layer is repeated once more and finished with olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Of course, as their instructor, I had to check how they stood up to the chef's plate. Luckily, they both passed.
Coming up on Cooking with Angus.
This is an older version of making the olive oil. It's ready.
Wow, that looks beautiful.
Girls, how was it in the kitchen? How was the chef?
It was amazing.
So awesome.
My first choice for college, GRCC. Why? I was ready to build a career. I traded taking notes in a classroom for hands-on learning. I found a program where I can follow my passion. What I'm saving on low tuition will pay off if I transfer to a university. And I know the skills I'm learning will build a better community. All those reasons make GRCC my first choice and the best choice.
I chose GRCC because it's close to home and I like the campus.
Because it's affordable.
Because I love the atmosphere.
Because they have a great photography program.
Because they have a great psychology program.
It has the same activities as any other college.
Because I can get my general classes out the way.
Because it's quality, affordable education.
Because it's close to home.
Because I love Grand Rapids. For medical assisting.
Because they'll kickstart my future.
At CC, it's a very diverse campus. Meeting people who come from more diverse environments and communities.
GRCC best prepared me, I think, for the university. Like, it wasn't a big jump to where the university had harder classes.
In order to advance myself, I needed to have at least an associate's degree. And it doesn't kill your pocketbook. I'm sure we saved thousands.
I think it's a better experience. This is a lot more personal. I'm glad I came.
After strolling through Castellana, we tried to cool the incredibly high Italian heat with a lemon ice. Then we were off to a fantastic restaurant that still has the old-style machinery once used to make olive oil. Nicola, we've been really lucky to come across this amazing old wheel for pressing olive oil. Can you tell us a little bit about how it works?
Okay, I shall ask to the Honorable Mr. Manghisi. Come funziona per fare l'olio d'oliva qui in questo frantoio?
Quindi una volta che le olive sono arrivate nel frantoio, che gli agricoltori ce le consegnano.
So he's saying that the olives, they are thrown in this bucket here, which at the same time they will go through this machine here and they will empty in this big machina, okay? It's the mill. And the bottom of this mill is in granito stone, as well as the wheels, which will turn mechanically and then will, after it's been squashed up, throw this paste through this machine here, which will eventually mix it all up in order to be put on these filters that are called fiscolo. I don't know how to translate this in English. And then they will put in this column.
And then they press it and the oil just comes...
Then it will be pressed slowly, and the oil will come out from the paste, yes. Now this is the old way. Since then, it's been all electronically propelled.
So what used to propel it?
Used to propel it was with the help of donkeys or mules. This they would be lowered, and then the donkey would have something to...
Tethered?
To tether, yeah, and then they would go around.
Walk around
and then they would turn these big wheels.
Wonderful. Inside the dining area of Osteria del Carosena is a piece of Italian history. An old mill used for making olive oil sits inside the floor for the guests to see. The Italians we've met have been so generous, and that theme continued as the talented chef of the restaurant so graciously offered to teach my students a couple of amazing plates.
Buonasera a voi, ciao. Allora, we are going to make two plates of Italian plate, yes? One is classic Italian, which is spaghetti carbonara, and one is fave e cicoria. Fave beans, yes, with chicory. This is very slow dry pasta. They take 48 hours to dry this pasta.
Huh?
It's very slow. We put this in the water. It takes 13 minutes for cooking. So we are going to cook this one. We have bacon with red onions and this kind, I don't know what to say in English. Okay. And some pepper, you can take some pepper, dagli il pepe. Normally the spaghetti carbonara is just the bacon. That's all. We make our carbonara, okay?
Revisiting the
Revisitation, okay? Okay, we put some Parmigiano and just fresh cream, okay? Together, yes. So I make this plate for you. La forchetta dove andate a finire? Ok. And then we put
The bay leaf.
okay. Okay. And then we have this one. We make the black pepper, which is not black pepper, it's just liquids. Okay? Liquirizia.
Licorice?
Licorice, yeah.
Oh, licorice.
You can try if you like it. Okay? Mi dà il biberon dell'olio extravergine d'oliva?
Sweet. But it's licoricey. Yeah. Wow.
And then we have some oil.
We went to an olive oil press today and we got to see it being made and how they use those giant presses.
Yes.
It was cool to see.
Yeah. This is the plate, it's ready.
It looks beautiful. Coming up on Cooking with Angus.
And I like to cook slowly, eh?
My first choice for college, GRCC. Why? Because I was ready to take my future into my own hands, and GRCC gave me that opportunity. Because the money that I'm saving on the low cost of tuition, I'll use to earn my bachelor's degree. Because I'm making connections to build my career. Because while I share my ideas with other students, I'm pushed to challenge my limits by my professors. All those reasons made GRCC my first choice and the best choice.
I love GRCC because I love Grand Rapids.
I chose GRCC because it's close to home. I can take my time to decide what I want to do with my life. I love this campus.
Because it's an affordable way to take basic classes.
I chose GRCC because it was the best place to get reacquainted with school.
Because I love being downtown.
Because it's military friendly.
So I can pursue my dream of being a dental hygienist.
Because it offers the same educational experience as universities.
My students were learning from an incredible chef, and now on their second plate featuring fava beans.
Fave e cicoria, okay? And we put some flour of ceci.
The chickpeas.
E orzo.
And the orzo.
Orzo, which is one legume and one cereale, okay? And then we have this bread, okay? We are going to mix this mixed up, okay? Mixed up, please. And then we put this, we are going to cook in this here. We have just to make a frittata, how do you say it?
A frittata.
Yes.
With eggs?
With no eggs.
No eggs?
No eggs. We put some spices. So I put to cook this one also, okay? With olio extravergine di oliva, okay?
Extra virgin olive oil.
Okay?
That's all you use, right?
We only use this one.
And then you have red onion and tomato in there?
Yes, tomatoes, that's it. And I like to cook slowly, eh? Okay. Allora, we have this another plate. So, allora, this is the fresh carrots we make with vinegar and white wine.
So you pickle the carrots?
we cook the carrots. Prendi un boccaccio di carote di quelle intere che abbiamo cotto. We don't use plastic here. We never use plastic. We always use all this.
Oh, the jars. So you reuse all the jars.
We don't use plastic. I don't like cooking in the plastic. And then plastic is you have the
landfills.
all the plastic.
Yeah, right.
So for our son, we don't have to leave give the plastic. We have to give something
Less
else.
waste.
Okay. We cook the carrots, the fresh carrot. We cook this home cooking. We do it cookies. We take the carrots, and we cook the carrot in white wine and vinegar, and then we put inside. We boil it, and we have always this for a year.
Wow.
No problem. Okay. Some of the aubergine.
Oh, the eggplant?
Eggplant, yes. Okay. Yes. This is always in oil, extra virgin olive and vinegar also. You can try if you like it. Have a look. And mint and garlic, okay?
That's good.
Yeah? Makes you appetite, yes?
Yeah.
Okay?
Really good.
So we put this. And then we have Vito. And then we have spices tomato, okay? And we have pistilli of tomatoes. This is the skin. Yes.
Oh, so you dry it out?
Yeah, we dry and then we make this one, ok? Mi prendi un po' di erbetta quella nostra? Ah, abbiamo questa? Ah, we can put some mint or something like, or something.
To garnish a little
to
bit.
garnish, okay? And then we have 2 cream of pepper, red and yellow cream, okay?
What's in that? It's just pureed
Cream.
pepper?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? And then we make this. Some oil.
And some more olive oil.
And you can put some of this, chichi orzo.
The chicory
Like
and the
this.
orzo?
It's ready.
Wow, that looks beautiful.
This is my plate.
Beautiful.
Grazie, grazie a voi. Ciao, ciao, cara.
Ciao.
Ciao. Nice to meet you. Ciao.
As well.
Ciao. Ciao.
So, girls, how was it?
It was amazing.
so awesome.
We made 2 dishes. One was a regional dish, and one was a dish that's traditional around Italy. And he finished it with this amazing olive oil. It looked amazing.
That is perfect.
They cook everything with olive oil, extra
The
virgin.
fact that they finished that with olive oil proves just how important all the things we've been doing today, learning about the olive oil was. So did you manage to taste the dishes?
No, not yet.
Well, let's go and taste them.
All right, let's do it.
Next time on Cooking with Angus.
So as it coagulates, you're just trying to find the right texture for it to be poured into a piece of mozzarella.